Fame promises beauty, power, and forever youth. But what happens when Hollywood's beauty standards push stars too far? Today, we're looking at famous celebrities who chose cosmetic surgery and how pressure, confidentiality, and public scrutiny shaped those decisions. Some changes shocked fans, others ended careers. This isn't gossip or judgment, but a neutral look at choices made under extreme spotlight. Watch closely, think critically, and if you value balanced stories like this, subscribe for more thoughtful content every week here with us. Jocelyn Wildenstein became widely known not for her business background, but for her dramatically altered appearance following years of cosmetic surgery. She reportedly underwent multiple procedures over several decades, with the intention of maintaining youth and preserving her marriage. As the surgeries continued, her facial features changed in ways that drew intense public attention and frequent media labels, often reducing her story to shock value. Jocelyn herself has consistently denied seeing her appearance as extreme, suggesting that beauty is subjective and personal. From a neutral perspective, her case reflects how wealth, relationship dynamics, and social expectations can shape long-term cosmetic decisions. Rather than a single failed procedure, her transformation illustrates the cumulative effect of repeated interventions and how public perception can ultimately define a person more than their own self-image. Donatella Versace is often cited in discussions about cosmetic procedures, largely because her appearance has changed noticeably over the years. As the creative force behind one of the world's most famous fashion houses, she has lived under constant public and industry scrutiny. Donatella has never fully detailed her cosmetic choices, but experts and media frequently point to long-term use of fillers, Botox, and facial lifting procedures. These changes sparked debate, especially when compared to her earlier, more natural look. From a neutral standpoint, her case reflects the pressure placed on powerful women in fashion to embody youth while maintaining authority. Rather than a single misstep, her transformation appears to be the result of gradual decisions made over time, influenced by fame, expectations, and an unforgiving spotlight that rarely allows aging to exist naturally. Michael Jackson is one of the most discussed figures when it comes to cosmetic surgery in Hollywood. Over the years, he underwent multiple nasal surgeries, which he publicly acknowledged were partly due to both medical needs and personal dissatisfaction with his appearance. As the procedures accumulated, the structure of his nose weakened, leading to visible changes that became a major focus of media attention. These alterations often overshadowed his musical genius and shifted public conversation from his work to his appearance. While some critics labeled the results as extreme or tragic, others point to intense fame, physical trauma, and lifelong scrutiny as key factors. Michael Jackson's case highlights how constant public pressure and identity struggles can influence personal decisions, even for someone at the highest level of success and global admiration. Mickey Rourke's appearance has changed significantly over the years, largely due to a combination of physical injury and cosmetic surgery. During a break from acting, he pursued professional boxing, which resulted in multiple facial injuries. Rourke later admitted to undergoing several surgeries to repair the damage, though some procedures did not produce the intended results. Over time, additional corrective surgeries altered his facial features even further, drawing public attention and speculation. Rather than being driven purely by vanity, his case is often viewed as a complex mix of medical necessity and personal choice. From a neutral perspective, Mickey Rourke's story shows how attempts to restore a former appearance can sometimes lead to unexpected outcomes, especially when repeated surgeries intersect with aging, trauma, and the lasting physical demands of a high-risk sport. Tara Reid became a widely discussed example of cosmetic surgery in the early 2000s, following procedures intended to enhance her appearance rather than correct a medical issue. She later revealed that she underwent liposuction and breast augmentation, but the results did not meet her expectations. Visible irregularities led to intense media scrutiny, often harsher than the situation itself. Over time, Tara openly acknowledged her disappointment and spoke about the emotional impact of public criticism. From a neutral standpoint, her experience highlights how elective cosmetic procedures can carry both physical and psychological consequences, especially when performed under industry pressure. Rather than a single mistake, her case reflects how youth, trust in professionals, and a culture focused on perfection can influence decisions that are difficult to reverse once they become public. Jennifer Grey's experience with cosmetic surgery is often cited as a turning point in her career rather than a controversy about excess. After achieving major success with Dirty Dancing, she chose to undergo a rhinoplasty to subtly change her appearance. The result, however, altered the facial feature that made her instantly recognizable to audiences and casting directors. From a neutral perspective, the issue was not whether the surgery was technically successful, but how closely her career was tied to a specific look. Jennifer later acknowledged that the decision unintentionally distanced her from opportunities in Hollywood. Her case highlights how, for some actors, individuality can be as valuable as conventional beauty. It also reflects the risk performers face when altering a defining trait in an industry that often rewards familiarity over reinvention. Kylie Jenner's transformation has been one of the most closely watched in modern celebrity culture, largely because it happened in front of a global audience at a very young age. She has publicly acknowledged using lip fillers after struggling with insecurity about her appearance as a teenager, while other changes have remained the subject of speculation. As her look evolved, it became central to her personal brand and business success, blurring the line between self-expression and marketability. From a neutral standpoint, Kylie's case reflects how social media, fame, and beauty standards intersect in powerful ways. Her choices cannot be separated from the environment she grew up in, where appearance was constantly analyzed and monetized. Rather than a simple story of vanity, her experience illustrates how modern celebrity amplifies personal decisions into cultural influence. Meg Ryan was once defined by her expressive smile and approachable charm, qualities that made her a leading romantic comedy star in the 1990s. As her appearance changed over time, public attention shifted toward speculation about cosmetic procedures, including facial fillers and lifting treatments. The changes sparked strong reactions, with some audiences feeling disconnected from the familiar image they associated with her earlier roles. From a neutral viewpoint, this response highlights how tightly Hollywood links an actress's value to a specific look. Meg Ryan never framed her choices as dramatic transformations, but the discussion around them became louder than her work. Her experience reflects how aging in the public eye can be especially unforgiving for women, where even modest attempts to maintain youth may be interpreted as excessive, altering not just appearance, but long-established public perception. Nicole Kidman has long been admired for her elegance and natural beauty, which made any visible change to her appearance a topic of public discussion. Over the years, she has openly acknowledged using Botox at certain points, later stating that she stopped because she preferred more natural facial movement. During that period, critics noted that her expressions appeared limited in some performances, sparking debate about how cosmetic procedures can affect an actor's craft. From a neutral perspective, her experience reflects a common tension in Hollywood between maintaining a youthful appearance and preserving emotional expressiveness on screen. Rather than a permanent transformation, Nicole Kidman's case shows an evolving relationship with cosmetic enhancement, one shaped by experimentation, professional demands, and personal reassessment. It highlights how even temporary choices can influence public perception, especially for performers whose faces are central to their work and artistic credibility. Renée Zellweger drew widespread attention when she appeared publicly with noticeably different facial features, prompting speculation about cosmetic surgery. While she did not directly confirm specific procedures at the time, the sudden change sparked intense debate, particularly because her natural look had been closely tied to her on-screen identity. Many viewers felt her distinctive eyes were part of what made her relatable and memorable. From a neutral perspective, the reaction said as much about audience expectations as it did about her personal choices. Renée later spoke about stepping away from Hollywood and prioritizing her well-being during that period. Her case illustrates how even subtle changes can carry outsized consequences for actors whose careers depend on familiarity. It also reflects the double standard in Hollywood, where evolving one's appearance can invite criticism regardless of whether the motivation is professional, personal, or simply part of aging. Bella Hadid is often referenced in discussions about cosmetic surgery because of the noticeable refinement of her facial features early in her career. She has since confirmed that she had a nose job as a teenager, later expressing regret and a desire to have kept her natural look. As a model working in an industry built on extreme visual standards, her choices were shaped by constant comparison and pressure to fit a narrow definition of beauty. From a neutral perspective, Bella's experience highlights how early fame can accelerate adult decisions before personal identity is fully formed. Rather than a dramatic transformation, her case reflects subtle changes that carried significant emotional weight. Her later reflections have added depth to the conversation, shifting it from appearance alone to the long-term psychological impact of beauty expectations in high fashion and celebrity culture. Megan Fox has long been the subject of speculation regarding cosmetic enhancements, largely because her appearance evolved alongside her rapid rise to fame. She has acknowledged having some minor procedures, while also pushing back against exaggerated rumors. Entering Hollywood at a young age, Megan was heavily sexualized and placed under constant visual scrutiny, which shaped how the public viewed both her image and her choices. From a neutral standpoint, her case reflects the tension between maintaining a marketable appearance and preserving personal autonomy. The focus on her looks often overshadowed discussions of her acting and professional growth. Rather than a story of extreme transformation, Megan Fox's experience illustrates how even subtle aesthetic changes can become amplified in celebrity culture, especially when combined with fame, media narratives, and long-standing expectations placed on women in the entertainment industry. Courteney Cox, best known for her role as Monica Geller on Friends, became a familiar face to millions in the 1990s. As the years passed, however, she began to feel the intense pressure that Hollywood places on women to stay youthful. In interviews, Cox admitted that she turned to facial fillers to maintain a younger appearance, gradually adding more over time. Eventually, she realized she had gone too far, as her features started to look less natural and more altered. Seeing photos of herself helped her recognize how much she had changed. In a candid move, Cox decided to dissolve her fillers and embrace a more authentic look. Today, she speaks openly about aging, encouraging others to accept themselves rather than chase unrealistic beauty standards. Cosmetic surgery in Hollywood is rarely just about beauty. Behind every decision are pressure, fear of aging, public judgment, and personal struggle. These stories remind us that fame doesn't protect anyone from insecurity, it often amplifies it. There's no right or wrong choice, only complex human decisions made under an unforgiving spotlight. If this video gave you a more thoughtful perspective, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep exploring celebrity culture with balance, context, and respect.